Hi, I'm Dave here. Today I have something very special for you. This is in the lower section of the Hammond M-100 organ. I bought this like, I don't know, quite a lot of years ago. It's from 1964, so it actually begins to show its age because start to have some problems, especially when you start it up. It actually doesn't start up very smoothly. Also, the amplifier section is actually humming a little bit, so it's not really good for recording anymore. The chorus vibrator is actually quite choppy, so yeah, it actually needs some restoration. So I decided to completely restore this beautiful instrument because I think it actually deserves a restoration. So this has been manufactured in Germany, so it's an European model. So it's actually made, European mains. So here is 234 volts at 50 hertz. And some time ago, I think like 20 years ago or so, someone made a mod of this thing, and actually has been modded to be split. As you can see, it actually is split in half. The other part is in the studio because it doesn't really get into my lab. It's split in half because, as you may know, this is a spinet organ, so home instrument, a home model. You could actually buy this quite cheaper than the bigger model, the bigger church model, like B3 or C3. It's mechanically and electrically the same as the B3 model. Again, it's a Hammond organ or all original electromechanical instrument, and it's actually really quite beautiful, and it actually sounds very nice. So I decided to do a little series of videos where I completely restore this beautiful Hammond organ. So I just wanted to show you the modification that has been made on this thing, and this is the connector that actually connects the lower part to the upper part, where the keyboard and the generator is situated. And this is the strange connector. Goes all the way to here. It connects everything to the amplifier. But the wiring is not the greatest. I mean, look at those, which is no good. And under here there are also the mains wire that connects the actual mains from here to the reverberation amplifier here. And this is the wire actually. And I mean, look at that. That is not safe. So this is not original, this is a modification that someone made, and I got this like that, and this allows to connect directly to the speaker a output jack. So it actually puts a resistor in parallel with the actual amplifier and deactivates the speakers. So it will actually have the proper impedance to drive the amplifier, and so it won't really burn everything up, and you could actually connect a jack output to it. And someone made also this modification, and I think this is connected right into the preamplifier section, but apparently doesn't work. and it actually still has the original mains wiring. The brown cable, the thick brown cable, is actually the original from 1964 mains cable. I mean, and this is all a little bit, you know, starting to show its age. It's starting to crack in some points, so it actually needs to be replaced. So replace all the cables here, so it will be nice and safe again. I'm gonna route the cables a little bit better, so it will be much safer. And one other thing I want to point out, that all the tubes are actually original. Those are original 1964 tubes, and God knows how many hours of service this has. I mean, and also, unfortunately, also the caps are original. Yeah. I'm gonna start by removing the reverb box. So. Oh, that's interesting. Reverberation unit from Gibbs Manufacturing and Research Corp. Janesville, Wisconsin. I'm gonna start by removing the tubes from the reverberation unit, and then remove all the tubes in the amplifier as well. Just everything is labeled on the actual metal, which is really quite nice. Under the reverberation amplifier, I don't really like this capacitor, since actually an electrolytic cap, it needs replacement, but everything else seems quite nice. You may be wondering what the heck are doing those two lamps here. And those two lamps, if you actually see the schematic, again the manual is handy here. Alright, this is the reverberation unit schematic, and if you see on the input, you can actually see they're using the two lamps as a variable resistor. So if the signal is too high, so we'll turn down the volume for you. God, this thing is... oh, Jesus. I mean, alright. This is not safe. I mean, I don't know how... I think those are signal cables, so they don't really carry too much voltage or any current at all. But, you know, man, they could actually run the cable a little bit longer and just do a clean job, but I don't know. Alright, I remove everything. Every wire here attached to the main amplifier section, and I've been very careful in labeling everything. So I put some tape here to label the speakers, all the wirings here, because there are so many wires here that you can actually mess up quite bad. Before removing the amplifier, we need to detach the swell, so the pedal. Alright, let's take a little peek. Right. Oh, that's amazing. So how good is that? I mean, classic layout. Alright, so I removed everything from the lower part except the speakers, and I'm going to now start working on the amplifier, and quite a lot of work to do. And yeah, just as a side note, it takes 14 tubes to run a Hammond organ. So I'm gonna start with the reverberation amplifier, because why not? So it's a 100 MFD, so it's microfarad, not millifarad, but it's microfarad, 25 volt DC. So I don't have the direct replacement, but I have 100 microfarad 63 volts, which is actually better. So yeah, let's replace it. And look at the size, just compare the size of this huge one and this one, which is actually higher rating. Alright, that was quite an old cap, starting to just be bad, and just replace it with a new one. So I was actually trying to take the old main wire off, and just broke on me. Alright, so I cleaned everything up, and I also replaced the old mains wire, and I removed a little bulged wire that was there, and I also replaced a little cap here, but yeah, nothing really special, and yeah, it should be good. Alright, so that's all for today. Next time I'm going to do all the woodwork on the lower side of the organ. So just sanding, just a little bit of painting and everything. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and you'll see you next time. Bye.